Hello and welcome to my little corner of the internet. Today we are going to be doing my most favorite videos to film and to watch, which is picking the monthly TBR. And today we are picking the March TBR. So March is all about St. Patrick's Day, which reminds me of luck. And so I want to do something like the luck of the draw. So I could do TBR cards, I could do just drawing different prompts out of a jar. I also have a spinner wheel. I'm thinking though that I might just utilize TBR cards this time because I do feel like because of my reading slump that I had all of February, that mood reading is going to be the best for me. Getting to pick at least kind of a little bit of what I want to read might be the best bet here. So let me grab those cards and I will be right back. Okay, here is my stack of TBR cards that I wrote out months and months ago, and they're front-sided and back-sided. I remember I tried not to duplicate any prompts, but I may have. Anyway, that goes to say I have no clue what's on these, so I have no clue what we're gonna get today. So I think I'm just gonna randomly draw and then we will scratch one to see what our first prompt is. I'm just gonna go ahead and draw. Now some of these do have one side scratched off, so if they do, they'll just turn it around. Of course, it's literally that one. Okay, so we're gonna scratch this side. Oh, interesting. I got pick a tattoo and then pick a book to match. I've never done this. So here I have my flowers. Then I have a mom and a baby fairy. I also have a Van Gogh painting, a spider for Spider-Man. I have a Cars tattoo. I have a Bible verse tattoo as well as a dragon. This is for Sarah J. Maas's book. Then on my thigh, this is really hard to do, I have a girl with a tiger. I do not think my brain is working today. I have sat here for much time trying to find the tattoo and the book that go best together, and this is going to be such a reach, but it kind of fits it, so just hear me out. Plus, this book is on my 26 for 2026. Anyway, so the tattoo we're going with is this one with a mother and a baby. Her One Regret by Donna Freitas. Now, let me just start by prefacing, like, I do not regret my child, period. I love my kid, and this tattoo signifies the love for them before I start here. But mother, baby, got it? Okay. So we follow Lucy, and one day she just up and disappears after she has her kid, and her best friend knows somewhat of the truth. So to her best friend, she confided that she doesn't really want to be a mom. She loves her kid, but she fantasizes about faking her own kidnapping. And one day she really just disappears. And so her best friend is like, do I tell the police and paint her as a bad person? I don't think she would actually ever leave her kid. And so the story kind of just goes from there. And I'm really interested to see what that's about, because while I have never fantasized about faking my own kidnapping to escape a life, you know, some days, especially in motherhood, are hard. And some days your brain just doesn't compute things correctly, and you just, you know, want to just shut the door and shut out the world and trade in your life for just a day, but you would never do that because you love your kid. And I think that maybe what topic this might be exploring. I'm not sure. I also, you know, can be a little bit concerned because when it comes to moms just not wanting their kids, if that is the case with this story, it really does infuriate me. But I am interested to see how this goes, to see, I don't know, I think I'm going to really like it. At least that's the vibe I'm getting. But anyway, that's going to be our first book on our March TBR, and it matches my tattoo. So on for number 2, I think we're just going to grab, try not to knock everything out. Okay. A book with a chronic illness or disability representation. So I know exactly what I'm going to pick for this. So for this prompt, I'm going to pick A Dance of Lies by Brittany Arena. For context, I have had this book on my TBR so many times. Like, I so want to read it, but like, I've just been in the worst book slump. So I'm excited to finally push myself to read it this March. A dancer turned spy must decide how far she will go to secure her freedom. Vasily Morin was once a dancer in King Ilian's court until he framed her for murder. Barely surviving her 2 years in the dungeons, she's suddenly called to face her king. He offers her a deal: become a spy at the 6-week royal gathering and he'll grant her freedom. As Ilian orders grow bloody and dangerous, forcing her to harm and betray those around her, Vasily discovers that the monster she serves may be aligned with a bigger monster, one far closer to home. With her world threatened, Vasily enlists the help of Ilian's brother and greatest adversary, the infamous King of the East. As the rivalry between brothers escalates, with Vasily caught in the middle, the horrifying truth about the past comes to light. If she wants to survive, she must decide who to trust, who to fight for, and how much of her soul she's willing to damn in the process. Does that not sound so fun? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, this TBR looks like it's gonna be a blast. Whichever card ends up in the front is the one I think I'm gonna choose, so that's why I'm not shuffling. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Every card I've chosen has had a side scratched off, which is crazy because I've only used these for like one TBR. Okay. It says a book with superheroes. Do I have a book with superheroes? Or can it be like some type of like hero figure maybe? I don't know. Let me look. Okay, so I legitimately do not know what I would use for that prompt, because if I used a book like with like a romantasy like hero villain setup, I feel like that's cheating because it says superheroes, like as in people that have powers like Spider-Man and Superman. Like that's what I'm envisioning in my head, and I cannot think of any type of books in the top of my head that have that kind of setup, so I think I'm just gonna skip it for now. I feel like I had been thinking of something very specific when I wrote that, and yeah, I don't remember, so let's move on. Let's just... This card is used on both sides, so anyway, I think I'm great at this, apparently. You wouldn't think using TBR cards would be so hard. Let's try again. Okay. Oh man. It says a book that I don't like the cover of. So let me look. So I have 3 possibly. So the first one may be a little cheat. It was on my February TBR, but I know I'm not getting to it. It's the end of the month. So there's that. And that was Magnolia Parks. I think their new covers are so ugly. I got this before all the controversy, just FYI. Yeah. Then, I don't know why I don't like this one, but it is Bitten. The book sounds really good, but I'm not the biggest fan of the cover. And then the last one I have is Liquid, a Love Story. And I think this is quite hideous, if I'm being honest. But I don't know what about it. It just screams ugly because it's a very unique concept for a cover. Because I have a romantasy already on my TBR, I think I'm going to rule out Bitten because most of my shelves are romantasy, so I feel like another prompt for romantasy is going to come up shortly. And I'm going to be so honest, I have not had any interest to read this since I got it, and I just don't have any interest right now. And with me being in a bookish slump, I think I'm just gonna put this one back. So that leaves Magnolia Parks, as the winner for the ugliest cover. Their previous covers that they used to have, I wish I would have bought them back then, because I just hate this. I hate it. I think it's so ugly. I really truly do not like real people on the covers, and I don't know, this just doesn't seem memorable in any way. Like, I don't know why you would go from a cute cover to a real person cover. Generally, I feel like it's the other way around. You start with a real person, you get picked up, and then they give you a cute cover. I digress. So for Magnolia Parks, it says, how many loves do you get in a lifetime? Magnolia Parks is beautiful, affluent, self-involved, and mildly neurotic. She's a London socialite. BJ Valentine is Britain's most notorious and photographed bad boy who broke her heart. But these two are meant to be in. Everybody knows it. Magnolia and BJ are written in the stars, just suspended in a strange type of love that looks like hurting each other lots of the time. She dates other people to keep him at bay, and he sleeps with other girls to get back at her for it. But at the end of the day, every sad endeavor to get over one another, it's still each other they crawl back to. Finally, after years of this, their dysfunction is catching up with them, pulling at the seams and fraying the world they've built, but not ready to let go of. Not yet, at least. As the cracks start to show and secrets begin to surface, Magnolia and BJ are forced to face the formidable question that they've been avoiding all of their lives. How many loves do you really get in a lifetime? So it sounds really good. I read The Favorites in January of 2025, and it gave similar vibes, and that book was a 5-star to me. That book was so great. Like, I still think about it all the time, so I'm really hoping that this one pops off. I don't know. I have mixed feelings because, like, I have the books, so I want them to be delicious, but at the same time, with everything going on, like, I'm like, do I even want to like them? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. But yeah, so this is book number 3 on our March TBR. On to choice number 4, and we are just going to pick that one's chose, so we'll go with this side. Memoir or biography. No, because every time I get one of these, they make me so emotional and sad. So why do I want to keep doing that to myself? Good question, but I have several, so let me go get one. So for book number 4, I have picked So Long as It's Wild by Barbara Jenkins. You may have not heard of this, maybe you have, but she's actually a local author to our area, and this is her memoir. So I picked it up to support a local author, and I really don't know anything else, so let's find out together. As a child growing up in the Ozarks, Barbara spent her days exploring and daydreaming of faraway places to escape the realities of poverty. She longed to trade her homemade clothes and outdoor toilet for spectacular adventures around the world. That chance came in the form of a wild, long-haired Viking man named Peter. After an exciting courtship, the young couple departed on foot from New Orleans, headed to the Pacific coast. News of their expedition spread like wildfire, landing them on the cover of National Geographic and countless other publications. Soon, after beginning their 3-year journey, Barbara realized the adventure-seeking man she had married was not the loving partner she had thought. Despite the conclusion, she continued the journey, and whether she faced the aggressive renegades, a life-threatening fall from Engineer Pass, or a devastating heartbreak that caused her to feel lost and alone, Jenkins pushed through it all with grit and determination. Oh no, it is gonna be sad. I can't do it. I can't do it. We're gonna do it. So Long as It's Wild, number 4 on our March TBR. Simply because I've been in a slump all of February, I'm just going to choose one more and do a 5-book TBR. Okay. Short story. So, I consider short stories, you know, they may have different classifications, but I consider short stories to be anything under 300 pages. I know usually they're not classified as a short story unless it's literally like advertised as such, but I am, because I make the rules for my TBR, considering any book under 300 pages. So with that being said, I'm going to be doing Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy. This I have on Libby. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it or not, but I did want to get it read. So this is the perfect way to get it read. I believe it's like 280 pages, something like that. So I don't know anything about it except pretty much it's PDF file. Gross, disgusting. Why do I want to read that? I don't know. I want to know more about how she views things. I read her original book, I'm Glad My Mom Died, her memoir, and it was really eye-opening, and I would just like a deeper insight into her mind and the way she thinks. So yeah, I'm not going to go into details necessarily of what the book is about, but feel free to look it up, and that will make my TBR. So in conclusion, we have Her One Regret, A Dance of Lies, Magnolia Parks, So Long as It's Wild, and Half His Age. I'm super excited. March seems like it's going to be set up to be a fun yet very sad month. I hopefully will not be in a reading slump in March and will be able to complete these because February really dragged me down with the books. So yeah, anyway, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I love putting out videos, so I love when you guys enjoy them, and feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe. It really would help push my channel out, so that'd be amazing. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. Bye.